All right, hope you took the quiz. Let's get right back into it. So we're going to actually have to try out our post. We've tried our listing. We want to try our post. That's creating posts. We want to try updating posts. We want to try deleting posts. But before we do this, we actually need to get authenticated. And how do we do this? How do we get authenticated? Remember, I did tell you before now that Django has its built-in user model, but I need a way to actually get this token that I would use for my authentication. So that is going to drive us to have a new endpoint. So let's go ahead and create a new endpoint. I'm going to call it, so this is custom auth obtain. Then we have to install, or rather get a custom auth obtain. We're meant to inherit Django's obtain auth. That's obtain auth token. So we have that imported, obtain auth token. Then from there we have our post itself request ags and quags. Right, so let's remove this. Have it. Okay, let's just have this quags. The ags should still work. Should have this ags. Right, so we have a serializer equals self.serializer class. We grab the serializer class and we pass the data, which is the request data, and then the context we pass it also the request. Then we first determine, is this request valid, right? Serializer.is valid. If it's not valid, we're going to raise an exception. Now the user will get the user from the validated data, and then we generate a token for this user. So we're going to use Django REST framework auth token model. So we import that. So we generate a token for this user, or we get the existing one for this user. So we have the token user ID. Right, let's shoot at it. So this is our endpoint. We'll map it to a URL, but we have token obtain, or whatever you choose to call it. Okay, let's have just token. Remember, it should come from here. So we put this. So we import it. Then our app reloads. However, let me show you something. So we have token, right? So but you realize that this endpoint only allows for get. So for us to be able to do this, we actually need a third-party tool, or maybe you could use your call, but I'll prefer to use Postman. So you could install your Postman, rather download Postman. So you can download Postman entirely for free. So I have mine downloaded. You can check the website out, install it depending on your Windows version, and you can run this in your Postman. Right, so here You have my username. Remember, I had already a user created, which is the admin. So I would also want to create another user so that we can have multiple users and get to see other case scenarios. Let's just utilize this to create a user. We have, let's say, Sam, and sam@gmail.com, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, yes, so like it's not to be very solid just yet. So with this, let me try to generate a token. Okay, tells me not found because this is apparently not found on my code base. So this, we have token. So with this, we're able to generate a token. Right. So if we were to make requests, all the requests to our server from Postman, you would note that we can have headers added here. So this header is as an authorization or authentication. So you can have it something of this sort, authorization. Then you have token, and then you place the token. However, since we're using a DRF interface for now, we would want to find a way to actually authenticate our browser to allow us create or add token for authentication to our request from the DRF interface. So to do that, you will need to install mod header. You need to install mod header. It's a Chrome extension. Mod header rather, not installer. So with this, you add it to your Chrome, install mod header, and after you've installed it, you should see this here. Also note this: when you're done with your authentications, you make sure to turn it off. You pause it, else you won't be able to log into all other platforms. You won't be able to log into any other website within this browser that you need to authenticate yourself. Right, so let's add this. I want to add a request header with name, authorization, and token space my token. Right, so I've added this. Let's get back to, so we believe we're authenticated now. We can go back to check our protected endpoint to see if we have the permission now, the permission to access or perform those operations. So you can see the form appears now. This is because I am authenticated. Right. So let's go ahead to try to edit this. So we've seen create, we want to look at, we've seen listing, we want to look at updating and then deleting. Right, so with our update, we have, let's say, hello. Okay, to update, we actually, this will create, so let's create first. This is our first create instance. Okay, this field may not be blank, so we have this. Let's just have this, then we post, and with that it gets created. You can see it gets created. The third one, let's have second. Right, so let's post this. It creates another. So this is our create. We can see when we get all our posts, we can see that all of this are added. Right, so let's try to create with something else, trying some account creation, having to do this, then post. You can see that it actually is going to work. It actually is going to work